Dylan, can you give something? What's the best story you can come up with that pops in your head that illustrates the human factor that goes into closing a situation that you could kind of that kind of makes the point of what we're trying to say here?
So I got a perfect example from this past week. So we had some clients that came to town. They understood the situation. We've been preparing them when they got here, and so there's two types of listings out there right now. Basically, the ones that are grossly overpriced because somebody is shooting for the moon and they weren't advised well as a seller. And then there's the sellers who are pricing it properly at market value or maybe even a little bit below and letting buyers drive that price up and decide what is a maximum that they're going to pay. And so those, first you got to evaluate, which house am I looking at here, right? Am I looking at one where somebody's shooting for the moon and is being unrealistic, or somebody who really wants to get this house sold and is going to give us a shot to make our best offer? And so, we focused on those homes, right? We separate those out. So you got to have somebody that understands the difference, can just at a glance look at those listings and say, well, this one's way out of the ballpark. We should focus on these. And so my brother took these folks out looking at homes, and they found one that they really liked. And it was one of those homes that was priced very fairly for the market right now. And he asked them a great question, right? He asked them before they wrote the offer, he said, I need to know, how bad, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do you want this house? And they were like 10, it's 11. We want this house really bad. And he says, well, then this is what the offer has to be, right? And he told them exactly how much over asking price we had to go, all the terms that we had to specify in order to make it as strong as possible. And long story short, he beat out 10 other offers for that house. And so we got these folks under contract. So it can still be done. It can still be done, but you have to know what you're looking at. You have to know what you want, and you have to be committed, right? So if you're wishy-washy and you want to negotiate and you want to find a deal, you're going to have a really hard time. But are you totally have no chance in this market? Absolutely not. We're still putting a home or two under contract every single week, right? So that is not. I haven't lost hope. If you don't lose hope, we're not going to lose hope, right? And we're gonna continue to fight. Are we going to lose out once or twice? Absolutely. That's very likely in this market. We're not going to win every single time, but having somebody that knows the market and actually knows the other agents is super important, right? Because if there's 10 offers and 6 of them were licensed in the last 12 months and the seller's agent has never heard of them, they're going to focus on the agents that they know bring credible buyers that are going to help get that deal done to the end, going to be a partner in the process, going to do their side of the deal, and you're going to have a more competitive edge. And they may even give you some, you're not supposed to share terms, right? But there are agents out there that if they like you, they might give you some hints on what your offer needs to say or some things that you can do in order to make it stronger, to put you in a better position. So all stuff that you got to take into consideration.